Hey everybody, it's your favorite Blademaster here. As you can see in the bottom left, I made the cover of PQ Magazine, Perfect World Quarterly. Nah, I'm kidding, that image did help me win a contest a while back though. Yay, event gold. Today I'm fighting Drakon from Etherblade server. Knights had 3 cross-server wars today. The other 2 were against Valhalla from Tideswell, and Origin from our own server of Twilight Temple. We're going to be trying to defend 2. We started off by sending 1 squad each to Drakon and Valhalla, sending additional persons in as needed, based on the attendance of the opposing teams. Things have started off pretty well. We control both crystals, we control center teleport, and we've begun to take down the enemy towers. So far so good today, we haven't had any mass DCs. I think there have been about 5 since last night's TW. I eventually had to just log off. I couldn't deal with it anymore. It was too frustrating. And hey, here comes the PvP. Cleric down. Blademaster down. Uneventful, and now to take over their base tower. So anyway, we ended up committing too many people to the Valhalla battle. Only a few of the Tideswell guilds showed up, and the full squad we sent there probably could have been better utilized in this fight. But oh well, live and learn. At this point I think Superman Chad got attacked at the other tower that he was set to guard. Overconfident, I sent all of the squad members that were assisting me at this tower back to help him. I was fairly certain I could tank anyone who arrived here, long enough just to prevent them from digging the pillar. I mean, to be fair, I do a pretty good job. It looks like Drakon's not going to give up the fight quite so easy, though. Yeah, I'm definitely going down. Eventually. There it is. It looks like they took the crystals back, too. And some are at our base now. They've made a really good recovery, and Knights is going to have to push back strong. At this moment, we're still in the lead, and we still have all of our towers. Just got up. Can't die again already. The Seeker is pretty beast. He could take a while. I think I'm gonna ninja leap away and go after this Veno, though. Gah! He copied me. Doesn't the Seeker ultimate skill look awesome? I wish I could turn into a giant. It always makes me think of Apache Chief from the Super Friends. And got her. Back to the Seeker now. Nice of you to join me, guys. Yeah, this Seeker's screwed. Again though, he's pretty beast lasting this long. We're pushing back onto the field. We have to recover our towers. Oh, why hello there everyone. That hurt. Hey, I'm not done. Where are you guys going? Let's do this. This right here was probably one of the best scuffles in the entire war. I'm really missing my wife though. She's usually the Venomancer in our squad. Not having a purge is definitely hurting us. Unfortunately, she got called into work this morning. For the record, I hate Venomancer ulti almost as much as I hate Stormbringer ulti. Both of which are just ridiculous. Hey look everyone, I'm a kitty. And no, I'm not. Magic Marrow, Venomancer amp, and P-Def debuff, yeah, that assassin trucked me. That's 2 deaths, maybe 3rd time's the charm. It looks like we did succeed in taking our towers back, but both of the crystals are still under their control. So my squad's new goal is going to be to go take them back. Nothing too exciting is happening in the battle right now, so I'll take this time to answer questions left in a comment on a previous video. Mercyface wants to know what my gear and cards are. Well, I'm full plus 12, rank 9.3, fully sharded with Jades of Steady Defense. I use a Nirvana 3 helmet and cape, but eventually plan to go for the Crown of Madness set. I have all Nation War ornaments, an Emperor Tome. My ornaments are sharded with a combination of Spirit and Defense level shards. My star chart is pretty unremarkable, and it's probably the thing I'm most behind on. I use all random S cards. I have a 2-card set, the Wise Man set, which is a Life Prime and Battle card. I have a Rebirthed Althea from the Nuema Portal set as my Destroyer card. Overall, I'm very well geared. Anyway, at this point we've recovered the center of the battlefield. We control all of the teleport points, but we have lost one of our towers. We're still ahead due to tower and teleport point control, but they're kicking our ass in team kills. In order to maintain our lead, we're gonna have to maintain the crystals. So that's what my squad is up to now. Meanwhile, another squad led by my director is taking over the West Crystal. We cleared through this bunch pretty easily, and have regained control of pretty much the entire field. My squad rebuffs and gains chi while waiting for the crystal to turn back to red. We were deciding where to go when we got the word that a large group of them had arrived at our base and begun killing our dragon, so we teleported back to clear them out. In hindsight, we probably could have let them attack our dragon a little while longer while we did something more productive. It would have been a good chance to recover our points back to full while they were busy wailing away on the boss. They didn't actually do very much damage to it. I'll definitely keep this in mind for future battles. For now though, we're doing fine. We got them out of there pretty quick and we now control the crystals again. But Drakon is taking over the center field and teleport points. They've managed to take down another one of our towers and are in the process of taking down a third. My squad rushes out and easily stops them, but during this time they take over both crystal recovery points, and our early lead is beginning to shrink. If it gets to the point where they've taken out just as many towers as we have, their lead in the kill count is going to put us at a severe disadvantage. So maintaining the crystal recovery points is going to be key in balancing that out. My director's Sinblood squad and my own quickly go back to recover the crystals. The remaining parties stay to recover center field. While my squad doesn't meet too much opposition, I can't say the same for the others. Drakon starts to become less spread out and more focused in their assault. I begin to wonder if they're at a disadvantage because they have more objectives to take over, or if we're at one because we have more objectives to defend. There isn't a whole lot to explain at this part of the video. You can pretty much just watch the map and see what happens. So let's pick back up where I left off with the questions from Mercyface. Another thing she asked about was, why am I a Sage Blademaster? There are a few different reasons, but the short simple answer is chi conservation. Aside from the obvious examples like my stuns, i.e. my paralyzed skill having a 33% chance to be completely free, and my AoE roar costing less than its demon counterpart, many people seem unaware of Sage Heaven Flame's chi benefits. Heaven's Flame from either cultivation path costs 2 sparks. Most of you will be aware that the demon version lasts for 9 seconds while the Sage version only lasts for 6. What a lot of people don't know is that years ago they changed Sage Heaven's Flame. It used to deal an inconsequential amount of fire damage. Now, however, it gives you back 75 of the chi that you used. So I get nearly an entire spark back after I use dragons. This can help a Sage Blademaster follow up an attack in ways that a Demon Blademaster might not be able to. I'm always going to have chi to be able to continue my lock or escape if that Heaven's Flame doesn't work out. Okay, so I'm going to pause here in the middle of answering for just a second to explain what's going on here in the video. This was actually pretty funny. Okay, so you see the cleric that's underneath my carriage mount here? When we killed him, he had a resurrection buff. So we expected, as soon as we leave, he would res back up and take back the crystal which we had just taken. You'll see I have an archer in squad, NSNK. We asked him to go stealth behind a rock while our squad ran off. As soon as the cleric reses, he will of course kill it, and or we will run back to assist him if that is necessary. Worked out, was great, was amazing, highlighted the video. Alright, so back to the Sage BM question. At the bottom of my screen, hotkeys 2, 3, and 4, you'll see my standard skill combo between stuns, consisting of Drake's Ray, Ferocious Leap, and then Ocean's Edge. Have I mentioned that I hate the Blademaster ulti? My Ray has a quicker cooldown and can be used more frequently. Ferocious Leap gives me additional chi gain, which a demon's version does not. This helps me with the fast maintenance and build up of chi without having to switch to my sword to use Star Smite quite as often. I also prefer a Sage BM's Aura of Golden Belt. A demon's 150% increase is fantastic, don't get me wrong, but I can't sit there and spam buff every 15 seconds in order to maintain it. And without doing that, it's really not much better than level 10. Sage Bell is a constant 90% increase. Your squad members will thank you for it, because they're not going to be within buff range every 15 seconds. A Sage Blademaster's arguably excessive marrow, magic marrow, is also great. Using both my physical and magical defenses are pretty much completely equal. And like my HP, both are much higher than anybody in a light armor class. Our axe AoE serves the same crit increasing purpose that comparable demon skills do. I of course enjoy the 50 Chi Sage technique, and Sage Diamond Sutra is just amazing. The chance to recover pretty much my entire HP bar between charm ticks has saved me so many times. Now, I don't want to advocate that Sage is better than Demon, because I don't think that it is. I don't think that Demon is better than Sage either. I think that Dan, somewhere in his sticky Blademaster guide on the official forums, offhandedly described the style differences very well. Basically, he said that demons are best at the inception of a fight. Their initial stun lock is going to be better, their axe stun lasts longer, their demon roar it never misses. In that initial Heaven's Flame, you're going to deal more damage, and for those 15 seconds of Bell and Marrow, you are a tank. You're going to be the preferred cultivation in nuke squads, and doing suicide bombings in territory war. Or as I would put it, they blow their whole load really fast. But if the fight goes on longer than anticipated, the follow-up is where the Sage cultivation shines. You're less likely to run out of resources, you can keep on going, you can keep on fighting, you can keep on using your chi-intensive skills. Your squad's defense didn't drop 15 seconds after you gave them your buff. Fighting an assassin? Yeah, I'll waste chi roaring against their title. It basically only cost me half what it does for a demon. I can afford it. Don't get me wrong, these things aren't undoable on a Demon Blademaster. I'm only saying they have a little bit less chi to play with, and they have to use it more wisely. I've played using both cultivations at an in-game level, and Sage was the one that I preferred. But that doesn't mean that it's the one you will. Both are viable, neither are better. You can't say that for every class, but for Blademasters you can. So choose the one that you like, and choose the one that works for you. So yeah, that's about as far as I'm going to go on the Sage BM topic for today. At this point in the fight, things have really started to go outside of our favor. It looks like an additional squad has joined the fight on the enemy side, and while I couldn't name them, I can only imagine that they're heavy hitters. Drakon has begun to push back hard and are taking control of the center map. Knights members are being forced back to base, and they have no other option but to walk in order to get back into the battle. Not controlling teleport points puts your faction at a massive disadvantage. You'll see that after pushing up the side, my squad does their best to take over a teleport point and hold it for long enough that our people can get out of the base. Drakon isn't doing anything to our dragon. They are preventing a large portion of our guild from getting back out onto the map and taking back points. It's here that we really begin to regret committing a large group to Valhalla. This was the turning point for Drakon. There's really not much else to say about it. Watch the map as the battle progresses. In the meantime, I'll do my best to answer Mercy's final question. Who keeps Perfect World alive? Well, it depends on what you mean. There are people who run the game, sure. Developers in China constantly pushing out patches and new updates. Perfect World Entertainment may be in charge locally, but they don't have a distribution contract with Wanmei. Unlike Perfect World Russia or hosts from the other regions, Perfect World Entertainment isn't its own separate entity. Wanmei in China is their parent company. They aren't a customer of China paying for the rights to distribute here. They are the same company and so are bound to China's wishes. China says jump, they say how high. And I'm not sure they can move in any direction without China first giving their consent. Really though, it's not Perfect World Entertainment and it's not Wanmei that keeps this game running and keeps it alive. It's the consumers, the customers. You guys, me. The people who spend money on this game are the people paying for the updates, paying for the server maintenance, paying the staff's paychecks. We're making the game profitable and thus we are in charge of its longevity. That's why I don't participate in private servers. Some people say, oh, but everybody's equal there. Well, that's not really the point of an MMORPG. Everybody's not supposed to be equal. It doesn't matter whether the game is subscription-based, or it has a cash shop, or has some other means of funding itself. Those who put in more, get out more. Those who put in more time, develop more. In this case, those who pay to make ends meet are rewarded. Those who go to a private server may have fun being instantaneously powerful, and some private servers have very large populations. Private servers update and progress in content just like the main server. Unfortunately, everybody going to private servers or donating to them, they are literally what is killing the game. I wish that legal action would be taken and the private servers would be shut down. If we don't show our appreciation and our thanks to the people who developed this game that has touched so many of our lives for so many years, if we aren't contributing to it, then it will fall. It costs money to run the servers. It costs money to pay the staff, whether it be ticket handlers, forum moderators, developers, artists, advertisers, legal representation, alpha testers, financial aides, utilities at the office, translators, oh my god, so many translators, and other positions that you and I will fail to think of. It costs a lot to run a game. I understand many people aren't happy with the staff, so they may not want to show support. The heart of the issues here seem to be either poor communication or indifference to our servers from the head branch. In China, Perfect World is flourishing. It has more servers than our version has ever had. And to them, we're a unique, needy, special snowflake, whether it be them altering our servers so that we can avoid PvP content, all the translation, or how we span servers across 3 different time zones and then expect all of them to participate in one event together. Could be our custom rank 9 that we have that no other servers in the world have. The head branch seems to be sick of fixing problems that we inflicted upon ourselves with our special requests. We are poorly staffed right now, and we are poorly represented. But the only way that that's going to change is by us showing our commitment and interest to this game and letting them know that it still can be profitable. We have to show the company that our game and their flagship game is still worth investing in. But if pirated servers are hemorrhaging the client base, that's not going to happen. So you asked who keeps PWI alive? We do. It's been here in the US for 8 years. It's been in China for 11. Longer than that if you include the first version. This is a very old game as MMOs go, and we have to take care of it. So, get an autopotter and an HP charm every once in a while. Buy yourself some fashion. Show some love for the team. As far as how this battle is going, we're successfully managing to take back both of the crystals, but that doesn't totally matter at this point, seeing as how they have taken out all of our towers just as we've taken out theirs, and their kill count is currently higher. In addition, they control the center teleport point at the time that the mini-dragons both spawn. As we arrive at the center, their full guild is already there, we get pushed back, and they've already taken out our mini-dragon, causing us to lose an additional 200 points. Now, Knights is not built of defeatists. It looks bad, but we're still fighting our hardest. If we can maintain those 2 crystals long enough for some moderate recovery, and we can push through them in order to get to their dragon, and equal out that aspect of the point threshold, it might be pushing it, but we may be able to salvage a win. In this particular instance, it wasn't in the cards. We fought our hardest, but we weren't quite able to make it happen. That's okay though, there's next time. I would say that the main mistakes this week were 1. Committing too many people to Valhalla, 2. Overcommitting too much of our squads to the crystals when smaller groups would have sufficed, 3. Worrying a little bit too much about our dragon in our base, because let's face it, 20 or 30 people are not going to kill that thing quickly. And 4, not responding quickly enough to the center dragon spawn. I want to give shoutouts to Drakon's lovely Venomancers who messed me up several times throughout this battle. I also want to give a shoutout to the Seeker, I think it was Voridhor. I could be wrong, but I believe that was probably the strongest person from the enemy team. If nothing else, the tankiest. He did a great job and gave us a lot of trouble. Good fight, Drakon. Thank you for the fun. We'll try to come at you twice as hard next time. I hope you guys had a blast. I sure did. Thank you everybody who stuck through the video and watched. I appreciate it. Be sure to like and subscribe, and leave me questions and comments so I have topics for future videos. See you next time everybody. Kniraven out.